The IHWA Premier League is proudly brought to you by Champion Auto Glass, Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes, and CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers.
Welcome to Perth Ice Arena for tonight's West Australian Premier League action. It's the Perth Sharks and the Northern Vikings. Luke Worthington alongside Chris Kostopoulos. Chris, in for a big game tonight.
I hope so, Luke. The Vikings need to win a game or two.
1-5, I believe, the Vikings at this point of the season. The Sharks have won a couple. They've been good, this young team. So let's see if they can maintain this good form tonight. They had a tough run against Flyers Orange recently, but here they are, looking ahead.
So youth and enthusiasm versus the wiser heads.
It is exactly that.
Wiser heads in theory, anyway.
And I think probably the most structured team in the league as well, the Perth Sharks. They run a tight ship.
Yep. Yeah, well, they've been playing together for a while, so.
And we're underway as it's one back for Valancourt. Skates back. Vikings clogging up the middle of the zone. That's going to go all the way down the other end for icing. It was Sucher who shot it down there.
Looking very colourful tonight, Luke. And you're,
I'm wearing about 3 different teams unified, merch.
The Eagles scarf on.
Then Eagles NFL, Montreal Canadiens, back underway. As the Sharks try to possess the puck in their zone, but it's going to be turned over now quickly to the Vikings. Collected by Rayner and pushed back in. They need to get back on inside as they push it forward through. And pushed into the corner now, collected by Hamilton. Back in the lineup. The only Perth Thunder player in the Sharks lineup tonight.
He's a big in from though. Makes a big difference.
Massive. The only game they've won, I believe he was in the lineup, as Valancourt tries to chip it up and out of there. That one over the bench and out of play, just missing Perth Sharks coach Ben Broshead.
Nothing worse than those coach killers, mate, those ones.
How many of them do you think you've had?
Mate, I've had a few. That's where to keep your eye on the game all the time.
I mean, I've seen some close encounters. But
I've had a few whiz by my ear.
Back underway. Face-off's one back for the Sharks. They try and dump it out of there, but it's closed in nicely by the Vikings in the corner. They push it down low. And up to the top of the blue line now. Trying to fire it in. Turned over now for Mercarella. He's coming in with support. Mercarella in front. He shoots. He scores! The Sharks lead at 1-0, 150 into this one. Zach Mercarella pushing it into the back of the net.
Fundamental mistake on the blue line, Luke. If you're fumbling around with the puck like that and you don't get it cleanly, just fire it back in. Don't worry about trying to get a shot on net. And coughs it up and off they go.
Really good play there by Mercarella. He had Sucher in support. Didn't even need to use him. Solo effort. Managed to get it past Levin Wilson, who's making his debut in net for the Vikings this season tonight. As it gets pushed in down low. Skated onto by Chapman. He dumps it around the corner. Drew Robson skating onto it for the Sharks, and now Langell skating in there. Ryan Langell pushes it forward for Lashenko. Lashenko trying to skate onto it. Good pressure by the Vikings. They almost get it out of there, and a shot fired from the blue line by the Sharks. Down low now. 2 players go crashing into the corner and get tied up as it's whipped around. Skated onto by McCauley. Scrum in the corner, and now it's going to be Langell who comes up with it. Pushing it up ice for Chapman. Chapman doing a good job stopping it at the blue line. Tries to dump it in down low. Might have clipped off a Vikings player. In the corner now. The Vikings trying to work it out of there. McCauley again. Still McCauley pushes it around. And the puck gets tied up again. Sticks hacking at it. And now at top of the blue line, there's going to be a penalty call.
It's cross-checking is called from the Sharks.
So going to the Champion Auto Glass penalty box for this one will be a player wearing number 22 for the Sharks, who's not listed on the team sheet.
I think it was 23, Luke. Sorry, mate.
23, okay. So it was Liam McCauley. for that, Chris.
That's right.
And now the Vikings on their first power play of the night. Hamilton, a spin-around shot behind the net now. Sticks hacking at it. Cooper's down low. Pushed onto Hamilton again. Seems like he's going to control this power play, Sean Hamilton. Holding it down low. Cross-ice pass and a shot fired that goes over and out of play. What a block in front of the net by Sucha.
Nice setup there for the Vikings. You're dead right. Hamilton's the one who's going to control this. Well, he should be.
Really good penalty killing there to stop that with the last second effort. Sharks good penalty killing again. They push it all the way down next to Wilson's net, who elects to dump it out to centre ice. Pushed hard into the corner by Radcliffe was the Viking skater. And the Sharks will dump it in down low. Skated onto by Del Caro. And now exiting the zone. They push it into the side wall now. Skating onto it is Carius. Carius trying to go in all alone. He loses his footing. Now skating into the corner of the Sharks. They manage to push it out of there. And it'll be Yannick Lodge applying pressure, but the Vikings manage to push it up to Cooper. Puck goes into the corner one more time. Scoring chances at a premium so far as that one just misses the Sharks skater. Behind the net now. Skating onto it, Del Caro. Yannick Lodge holding onto it, pushes it in front. And that gets covered up by Laven Wilson. And now a huge tussle in front of the net. Couple of players in there for the Sharks.
Yeah, the Sharks need to stay away from that because that's one battle they're not going to win.
No. And that was Lelik in there. They've got the spirit, the Sharks, but really it's just going to come to getting outsized in a battle like that.
Yep.
So let's see what the call is here. One Vikings player in the Champion Autoglass penalty box.
I think they both got roughing, I think.
And yeah, so that's going to be 2 roughing calls. So 2 visitors to the Champion Autoglass penalty box. One of them Lelik. And a Vikings player matching him.
It's coincidental, so there'll still be a 5-on-4, I would imagine.
Yes.
No, hang on, he's changing it.
Hard to tell.
So it's a 4-on-3 for the time being.
Okay.
I'm not sure how long is left to run that first penalty.
That first penalty's done now.
Oh, it's done. Oh, there you go.
As Lekoliak exits the box. Pushed in by Wright. Trying to skate onto it was Miles. And now the Sharks will come the other way through Yannick Lodge. Here comes Lodge. Working in pretty much all alone. Keeping it, holding it onto it down low. The star for the Sharks, Yannick Lodge, as it gets pushed into the corner. Collected by Wright. Pushed out to centre ice. Controlled by Valancourt. He pushes it along to the bench. No one was ready for it. And referee's blown it dead here.
I think he might have called too many men, but I'm not sure if they're going to go on with it, though. Well, the refs overruled him.
I was going to say that he might have called too many men, but I couldn't see why he would have done it, because
I think there was a bit of confusion there on the change. The puck went to where they were changing, and always a tough call, that one.
So we're back underway. Puck's controlled by the Vikings. That was Pfeiffer who tried to push it out of there. Still controlling it, the Vikings, as it just misses Kiuchi's skate. Pfeiffer again tries to push it out. Now the Sharks trying to control it in the middle, Radcliffe. Pushing it behind the net, Radcliffe. Zoo skating onto it. Right, sorry, no. It's Pfeiffer who's down there too. Now Zoo skating onto it again. Pfeiffer controlling it. Dumps it around and pushes it down low to a Vikings player, number 18. Not on the team sheet tonight, unfortunately. As he skates it through the middle, the Vikings, here they come, in all alone, and it gets broken up well by Valancourt and Sucha. Pushed hard into the corner was the Sharks player. It was Radcliffe. Still battling with the Viking skater. Cooper comes in to collect it. Cooper in front now, tries to backhand it. Couldn't quite get it off. And now Macaulay tries to push it out of there, but it's turned over now to Yannick Lodge. Skating through centre ice now, Yannick Lodge. No, he'll backtrack instead. It's Sucha who pushes it up and out of there for Cooper. Vikings holding on to it. Bit of trouble there, and it's turned over to Lodge. Sharks just have to get back on side, and I thought they might have been, but offside is the call there as Lodge skated it back into the zone.
Luke, the thing that I've noticed mostly tonight is the Vikings passing is just a little bit hesitant, and it means they're just not getting those crisp passes. They're not going to someone's stick or something to skate onto, and they're just leaving them out of position.
And now here's Williams in front. Could have been a chance. Pushed in front of the net, broken up well by the Vikings. They try and skate it out from behind the net, but they're stopped up. It was Holman who had the puck. Pushing it around, and now it's a turnover in the middle. Here's Williamson. He shoots! And a great save there by Wilson.
Good save from Levon.
And yeah, I think what you were saying about the passing, I think if it was against a team like Flyers Blue, it'd probably be 2-0 at this point.
Yeah. Well, you just got to hit your targets. Guys give you a target, you got to hit it, and they've just been a bit hesitant at times.
So now trying to skate it out of the zone, the Vikings. Pushing it up through the middle, and it's turned straight over to Jackson. He pushes it back in down low. The Sharks in front, they score! Riley Langle manages to catch Levon Wilson out of the net, bangs it into the empty net. And here they are leading 2-0 of 10.5 minutes into this one.
Again, another defensive lapse there on the blue line. He tried to make a play and missed. He should have just backed it up and got between himself and the goaltender. Oh well.
Tough so far for the Vikings. Lashenko lining up in the dot with Spencer, and we're underway. Push back into the Vikings defensive zone. They try and get it out of there, and like you said, under a lot of pressure when they're passing the puck as Rayner pushes it around the back. Holding on to it again is Rayner. Saucer pass through the middle, goes straight to Chapman for the Sharks. Chapman pushes it on to Langle. Ryan Langle, that is. Now again, here come the Sharks, and a big collision there as Lashenko goes slamming into the Viking skater as the puck gets pinballed around a couple of skates, and it'll be Chapman that finds it now. Chapman across for Sucha. Puck goes flying up into the air. Controlled by Chapman almost in the corner, but Kiuchi comes in with force. Now up to Chapman once more. Langle skating onto it as the Vikings try and dump it in from the top of the blue line. Good play there, and Chapman will control it, pushing it through the middle for Sucha. That one just misses his stick, and Rayner will collect it behind the net, whips it around for Pfeiffer. Through the middle now, the Vikings still struggling to create many chances. The Sharks have had about 3 and converted 2 of them. Vikings yet to have a real quality shot on net tonight, I would say, as that shot on the power play with the pass through the middle by Hamilton was broken up. Sharks entering their zone now. Here they come. Pushing it in down low. Could have been a chance in front, but it was broken up well by the Vikings. Trying to push it on the backhand again was Radcliffe. But the Vikings will control it once more. Vikings pushing it around behind their net. Still some heavy forechecking pressure by the Sharks. A bit of a collision there, but Lekowiak manages to turn it over. Puck gets tied up in the corner now and whipped back around where it'll be controlled by the Vikings. John Miles tries to push it out. The Sharks still controlling the puck. It's Valancourt. Chris, what do you think about the Vikings' attempts to exit the zone? Now here's Valancourt shooting, and a save by
poor
Wilson.
Luke would be the word.
Poor, okay, but for someone watching at home,
well, it's the same thing. They're just not being hesitant. You tried the defenseman tried to switch the play back around the other side, and the puck hardly even got to his partner. It barely got there, and then they got caught on the forecheck, turned over again, and kept it in. You know, so you've got to be positive, particularly here these boards. You've got to get some muscle on these passes.
And now the face-off's won back by Lodge. The Vikings trying to get it out of there, but couldn't. Wilson in front. He gets pushed off the puck by Rayner, but Lodge will still almost hold on to it as the Vikings whip it out of the zone there. I think it was through Hamilton. Now Carius in the corner.
Yeah, that was a set play. He was off and running.
Jackson battling with him. In front now, Cooper gloves it down. Pelliccioni almost had to make the save. Now he does have to make the save, as Hamilton came hard into the net. And it seems like the only time that the Vikings are really creating anything is when Hamilton is a central part of the play.
Yeah, well, he's an experienced player. He's played in the National League for a number of years for about 3 different teams, so he knows what he's doing.
Yannick Lodge wins it back for Chapman. The star of the Sharks, Yannick Lodge. I think you guys might have seen him at Thunder training at least a handful of times.
He's played a number of games, mate. He's been on the bench and he's had a few shifts, and he's doing all right.
Pretty young player still, so has a long way to go, but he'll be in the mix in a couple of years.
Yep.
His brother Lyndon most likely will be in action tonight for Flyers Orange. Big game to look forward to after this one. Flyers Orange and Flyers Blue, the derby again. Flyers Orange will be looking for vengeance after last week's encounter.
Yeah, I watched last week's on the feed.
Bit of a tough game for Orange. I didn't think that they would go down that easily.
No, I thought they might have...
And Will up.
That's gone out. I thought they might have shown a bit more.
That was a shot by Williams that went off a stick and out of play. But yeah, I did think that that Orange would have shown a bit more. I mean, after that game against the Sharks, the Sharks are beating the Vikings and the Chiefs consistently like it's nothing. They've even beat Flyers Orange once. So
the Flyers Blue, they were pretty fighty last week. I mean, even you had someone like Liam Jeffries was throwing a few muffins out there and leading the charge. So they're obviously fired up.
Yeah. So back underway. Vikings try to push it out of their defensive zone. Pushed on to Macaulay. And now scanning through the middle of the Vikings, but it's turned over easily for the Sharks. It's Valancourt. He pushes it off the wall. Lashenko tried to skate onto it, but Valancourt will still hold onto it, pushing it behind for Sucha. Sucha through the middle to Lashenko again. Here they come, the Sharks, through the middle. It's Langle. Riley Langell. And he gets tripped up behind the net. It was actually Lashenko who got tripped up behind the net.
I think Fife was being very kind to him then when he just skated past him and took the puck and didn't take his head off as well. Just quietly.
So Riley Langell is going to make his way to the Champion Auto Glass penalty box, and so is Kiuchi for the Vikings. So 2 visits to the Champion Auto Glass penalty box for this one.
Did you see the call, Luke?
I missed the Vikings call, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't see what the ref gave him.
Well, thanks to Champion Auto Glass for coming on board for the West Australian Premier League season with front row screens. Front row screens, as it gets pushed up through the middle, past Lelick. Skating it onto it was Radcliffe, but the Vikings will control it in their defensive zone. They tried to push it through the middle for Miles, but the play was broken up well by Jackson. Push cross ice for Mercarella, and dumped in down low. Mercarella now holding onto it. Has Lelick with him, but he'll go into the zone by himself down the right wing, shooting. And a save by Levon Wilson. Levon making his debut tonight this season for the Vikings. Usually plays in the Summer League.
He's in fact our goalie this summer just gone.
What team's that for?
Was the Crusaders, mate.
Nice. How'd you go last season?
Made semis. Pushed the eventual champions.
And we're back underway. Puck gets pinballed around. It was Hamilton who pushed it up and dumped it out of there. Sharks skating onto it. It was Robson. Robson again pushes it up where it's skated onto by the Sharks. A shot fired by Lekowiak. Great save by Wilson. That was a hard shot from Lekowiak. Wilson did a good job. Vikings pushing it out of there. Controlling the puck now. is Carius. Drops it back and a shot fired by Rayner. And now Hamilton trying to control it in the middle. A Sharks player went down. Hamilton still holding onto it. Oh, he just lost his footing, Sean Hamilton. Unlucky there for sure. He would have been in all alone pretty much if he had have managed to control that one. As the puck gets pushed up for Chapman. Play gets blocked off there for the Vikings, and now Chapman skating it in. He gets pressured as the puck goes along to Riley Langell. He's holding onto it. And now it's dumped in by Sucha. Down low the Sharks, Lodge. In front, Williams.
Good work
and it
from
was a save by Wilson. He's been good so far tonight, Wilson.
Yep. Well, he's had a lot more work to do than the Sharks goaltender, that's for sure.
Mercarella, Likowiak. Wow. Pelliccioni in net for the Sharks. Still yet to really make a meaningful... Oh, he's had one. But other than that, still yet to make a really meaningful save as the first period winds down to 0. The Sharks lead the Vikings 2-0 here on Friday night, West Australian Premier League action. We'll see you in the second period.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
Welcome back. It's the second period. Perth Sharks, Northern Vikings. Thanks for joining us. Luke Worthington alongside Chris Kostopoulos. Chris, 2-0, the Perth Sharks leading the Vikings. Really tough first period for the Vikings.
You know, they just made some fundamental mistakes defensively. And as I mentioned earlier, they're just hesitant in their passing and they just don't seem to be sure about what they're doing, and they just need a little bit of confidence. And but the line they've got out now is the line that looks like scoring with Hamilton, Cooper and Karras.
So the two Perth Thunder players on the ice tonight in for the draw, Yannick Lodge and Sean Hamilton. And it's won back by Lodge. He works onto the puck himself, shooting, and a save by Wilson. Rebound in front. Pushed again, rebounded one more time, and up to the top of the blue line where it's controlled by Sucha.
In actual fact, just to add that, Levon Wilson.
Shot fired by
save.
Williams, and a flash of leather there by
Levon Wilson has been back up in years past for the Perth Thunder.
So has he got in?
Has he got ice time? No.
Okay.
No. But he's certainly gone on trips and things before.
Okay. So Hamilton and Lodge again. Puck gets dumped out of there. Pushed along the bench. Cooper. Looked like his head jerked back there a little bit.
I'm guessing he got an elbow in the face, mate.
I think so. Riley Langell skating onto the puck now. Langell, cross ice. Lodge, he shoots!
Save.
And a good save again by Wilson. He's heating up.
Lucky for that young fella, Cooper is not the type to lose his cool very easily compared to some of the guys in that Vikings team.
His head really snapped back.
Yeah, I'm thinking he might have got a high stick or something. And he's given him a penalty for slashing.
Right.
Retaliatory penalty.
So Cooper going to the box, the Champion Auto Glass penalty box. Thanks again to them for coming on board.
There's no justice, mate.
Ryan Langell in the dot. One back by the Vikings. They try to dump it out of there. Controlling it top of the blue line now, the Sharks. Cross ice for Valancourt. Down low now, skating onto it. The Sharks. Oscar Zoo down low. Looking for option Zoo. Top of the blue line now, it's Lelik. Lelik still. Langell. Ryan, that is. As it gets pushed in. Down low. Valancourt tries to push it around on the backhand. It was a good job by him to keep the Sharks onside. Still onside the Sharks as they dump it in. Zoo's trying to battle on the puck. Coming in hard in the corner was Cooper. I'm sorry, Spencer. As the Sharks push it in there now. Zoo in front. And he fired a shot that got blocked. Vikings clearing it out of trouble.
Two very poor attempts to get the puck out there. Left him exposed a bit there.
Sharks trying to work it out. 55 seconds left on this power play. They had a couple of good little opportunities there, but I'm sure they would have liked more. Williams skating through the middle now. Williams trying to push it around there. Couldn't quite do it, Ben Williams. As Pelliccioni collects the puck. Good for him to actually get out and touch the puck. Sharks defense has been solid tonight. Really hem the Vikings in. Lodge now. Looks for an option. Shoots! Williams!
Saw that coming a mile away from up here.
And now Williams again. He's down low. Down for Lodge one more time. Set up behind the net, Lodge. Back to Williams. This duo has been doing some really good things together this season, but it's going to be Miles who dumps the puck out of trouble. 10 seconds left on this power play, so it'll expire as Rick Cooper, seconds away from exiting the Champion Auto Glass penalty box. Lodge down low. Yannick Lodge. But the puck gets turned over by Pfeiffer. He really muscled him off the puck there. I think the size difference alone was enough for him to get his body in between him.
He's a big boy, Dwayne Pfeiffer.
Lashenko pushed it up. And now skating it onto it again. He shoots! And a save. That was Langell. And I think for broadcast purposes, as is a custom with the Rucks and the Lodges, for Riley Langell and Ryan Langell, they'll be referred to as Riley or Ryan, so that we know who's who. Langell will rarely be used in play-by-play purposes.
No
Cooper and...
No one can say that hockey isn't a family sport, mate.
I mean, we're going to see about 4 family combinations in the
next game,
2 games, because we've got the Langells here on the same team tonight. Then it's going to be the Rucks, the Kellys, and the Lodgers in tonight's game. One back by Cooper. Pushes it behind the net for Del Caro. Backhands it around. It's collected by Rayner. But the Sharks break it up in the middle. Chapman. He gets pushed hard into the corner. Lost his footing a little bit. Del Caro trying to dump it out of trouble, but the puck was blocked. Now the Sharks dump it in down low. But there was no one ready to go. Vikings will control it. Here comes Hamilton, the danger man for the Vikings tonight. Let's see what he can do. He pushes it through the middle where it's skated onto by Rayner. And a collision there, but no call. Now the Sharks down the left wing, dumping it in as there was no options. And now Mercarella just dodged the cannonball that was Chad Rayner coming in. And now trying to get it out of trouble, the Vikings. Working it through the middle. Now the Sharks, here they come. In front! And a save by Wilson. Lakowiak was the danger man there. Lelick controlling it. Wilson really solid.
Yeah, he let 2 in earlier, but I tell you what, he's been the Vikings' best player so far tonight.
Puck gets pushed around behind the net. Lelick skating onto it. Now push through the middle. Controlled by the Vikings. Pfeiffer pushed it up for Spencer, but he gets caught offside. Someone on the right-hand side just jumped a little too early. Neutral zone face-off favouring the Vikings there. But it's pushed forward by the Sharks. Oscar Zoo, he got tied up significantly there. But the ref was on the other side. 50-50. Now through the middle again. And icing will be called. And Lushenko was about to skate off getting in and controlling that puck. But we'll see a Vikings face off down the other end. Let's see if they can get a quality shot on Pelliccioni's net. Get him into the game. He's done what he's had to do tonight, Pelliccioni. Made the one big save on the doorstep against Hamilton. Now the Vikings moving it around. Better than they have for most of this one. Down low, in front. Tried to push it in there, but good net front presence by the Sharks. Works it out of there.
Yeah, the Sharks are doing a good job of clogging up the slot.
They really collapsed in at the right time, I think.
Yep. Well, they've got the legs to expand back out again once they get possession, so.
Now working it in down low, the Sharks. It'll be skated onto by Pfeiffer. Dumps it out of there. Pushed up where it's taken by Spencer. Now the puck takes an awkward bounce off Wilson. And Lushenko was skating in with some pressure, but the Vikings still managed to hold on to it. Riley in the corner. Good pressure there by Riley Langle. Now the puck controlled by the Sharks.
Should be icing.
And that'll be icing. As I believe it might have been Valancourt. Pushed it in hard from red line to red line. 11 minutes 28 left in this one. Haven't been as spoiled as the first period. We haven't seen a goal in about 9 minutes.
You going for the commentator's curse?
What I say directly controls what happens on the ice.
Superstition, mate. Hockey players are very superstitious.
It was Wright and Lodge who were in the circle. Puck gets pushed out to the side. Lodge skating onto it now. He's with Wilson. He pushes it through the middle for Riley. But now Lodge again, and he gets called offside.
Vikings nearly came unstuck again. The defenseman. The old rule: if you're playing defence and you're pinching, you either get the puck or you get the body, and he sort of did neither. Left his partner exposed there. They were very lucky they went offside.
It was Sucher who was on the right-hand side. I'm not even sure if he knew that he had his skate over the line.
I think it was offside, but not by much.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, I think it was accidental pretty much by Sucher.
Yep.
As Williams pushes the puck in front. Now Lodge in front again, almost controlled by Langle, but pushed out well by the Vikings. They dump it in down low now. Williams skating onto it. Ben Williams shoots, and a save by Wilson. Does a good job to bat it out of the air and into the corner. Really good play in net by Wilson. Top of the blue line, pushed in hard. Williams again trying to control it was Riley. In the corner now, Riley Langell. And now Lodge. He gets muscled off the puck well. Good clean play there by the Vikings to push it out of trouble.
This unit for the Vikings is very soft defensively.
And a shot fired by Riley that goes wide past the net. Yannick Lodge Does a good job holding it in at the top of the blue line, but it's almost turned over by the Sharks, by the Vikings, and the Sharks are just going to have to push it in down low. Working it out of there, the Vikings, they couldn't quite make it. Now at the top of the blue line, the Sharks dump it in. There's Mercarella. Hamilton pushing it out of the zone. Skated onto by Holman. Holding onto it was Holman, but it's broken up by Chapman. The Sharks are really rotating their lines significantly as they try and break out from behind the net. Now the puck's controlled around the middle. And what do you think that Coach Ben Bro is doing with the lines for the Sharks tonight? It seems like you're not seeing anyone more than once every 3 shifts, as now they enter the zone and they just got caught offside there.
I'd just be keeping the shifts short. I mean, the Sharks can. The truth is, they can outskate the Vikings fitness-wise or anything, because they're a lot younger overall, and they probably play a lot more. So yeah, nothing. Nothing too outrageous there. Just keep the shifts turning over.
Yeah, I mean,
keep skating.
It's Lodge and Williams who are really doing well for this team, but you're not seeing them out on the ice as much as you see an AIHL import.
I think all their players are contributing pretty well.
Yeah,
they play a much better system than the Vikings.
As the puck gets pushed into the corner,
they're much more disciplined. So they're getting their chances and they're all contributing. They're not relying on 1 or 2 players.
Top of the blue line, almost a slapper fired in by Pfeiffer, but now the Sharks coming the other way. They shoot in front again, the rebound, they score! Oscar Zoo! Lashenko with the assist. That one came off Wilson's shoulder, and his really solid streak in net unfortunately broken there.
Again, defensive breakdown. Pfeiffer just coughed that one up. Made a fundamental mistake there on the point. Let the Sharks in around him and left poor Wilson out to dry. They just weren't quick enough to come back and pick up trailers, yeah. You can't do that with a team as fast as the Sharks. You've got to play defensively. You just can't be aggressive to try and keep the puck in and keep it on. Try and get a shot on there. You should have just thrown it back into the corner instead of trying to get it on net.
Lodge working straight through the middle across ice. They shoot and a save by Wilson.
And that's the thing. Wilson's actually making the initial save, which is all you can really ask from the goaltender. He made the first save on that last goal, and it was the trailer that ended up putting it in. So he's doing everything right in my books.
That was a good save there by him. Puck gets pushed in down low behind the net, skating onto it. Del Caro, he pushes it up out of there, and that'll be icing.
Don't know if that was icing. The Vikings player was looking like he could have got to that.
I also thought that it tipped off a Shark stick.
Yeah, you may be right. I didn't see that, but you may very well be right.
I would say it almost definitely went off a Shark stick. I was actually quite surprised as you were that it was icing.
Yeah,
two completely
two different reasons. Yeah. See, again there, they're just fundamental mistakes. They're not playing percentages. They're trying for the hot dog move and just play percentage. Just get it out in the neutral zone and battle it out there. That's all I'd be trying to do at this stage.
Del Caro's down low. Play broken up and it goes on top of the net and play gets blown dead. Still holding on to a 3-0 lead, the Sharks. 5 minutes left in the second period. Lodge. And Wright. It's one back by the Sharks. Williams pushing it to the top of the blue line. But the Sharks weren't prepared. They're going to have to control it around the neutral zone now. Puck gets pushed cross ice for the Vikings as they dump it in down behind the net. Trying to center it in front. And now here they come the other way, the Sharks. Pushing it in front of the net, and a shot fired by Lekowiak. And Wilson, is he hurt?
I didn't see that. Did he get hit by a player coming through then, Luke? Or?
I was watching the puck in the corner.
Yeah, so was I.
So, not entirely sure what happened there to Wilson.
He's a goalie though, mate.
Must have been around the upper body area because he's shaking his head and moving his shoulders quite a bit. But anyway,
Still
we're
in
underway.
there.
As Holman tried to push it out. Holding on to it, the Vikings still through the middle. Up to the left wing, it's Hamilton. Pushing it through the middle for Carius. Holding on to it, still Carius, he shoots. That went high and wide. And now the puck gets pushed around for Valancourt. The Sharks trying to exit the zone now. They dump it hard off the wall. Skating onto the puck down low is Williams. He wins the race. Good play there by the Sharks in front. They still control it. Top of the blue line now. They shoot and a rebound. Controlled again by the Sharks. It was Sucha who pushed in the initial shot. And now they work it out through the middle. Almost. A shot fired by the Vikings and the first save on an actual shot of the night.
He had time to actually do something with that then instead of just firing it.
By
Hamilton trying to set up.
But, I mean, the story of that shot is that was actually Pelletroni's first save, other than when he dived on the puck when Hamilton came steaming in the first period. Now in front, he shoots! It was Ryan Langell, and it's going to be a call now. A Sharks player going.
I don't know about that. Yeah, he's called him interference, but I'm not. I don't know about that.
So Pfeiffer going to the Champion Autoglass penalty box for interference, which means that the Sharks, unless they score, will pretty much end this second period on the power play with the rolling clock. They lead 3-0. One back by Lodge. Valancourt top of the blue line. It's Williams now. Williams to Lodge. Lodge has Valancourt as an option. He finds him center of the blue line. Fired in, they score!
Screen on the goaltender.
Really good screen there. It was Lashenko in front. I don't even think it tipped his stick. So that was Valancourt's goal.
Good shot.
Was a great
he
shot.
Got it off pretty quick. It was a good hard shot.
Got it off on the
Future Thunder play there.
Valancourt?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, hopefully.
Well, has he been at practice with you guys?
Yeah, he's been at practice before. Yep.
Really good shot on the low blocker.
It was a very good shot.
Who's been at Thunder practice on this Sharks team? Is it Williams, Valancourt, Lodge?
Williams, Lodge. Yeah, obviously Williams and Lodge. Lashenko. He's quite like Lashenko. The way he plays.
So it's those four?
Those four, yep. Williams not so much now.
Okay. 1 minute left in the second period. Puck gets pushed up to Lelick. He controls it. And now through the middle, the Sharks trying to work it. Vikings coming straight back the other way. Really struggling still the Vikings, but here they come, a shot fired. It went wide. It might have even tipped off Pelletroni's glove, not sure.
He worked it in well.
Now holding on to it is Hamilton. Hamilton still working down low. In front, he shoots. And the puck gets blocked in front. Yannick Lodge controlling it. He pushes it off the boards. Now here he comes through the middle. Yannick Lodge with Langell in support. Lodge in front, he scores.
That's the third goal tonight. This comes from a mistake on the point, the Vikings defence.
So Yannick Lodge with the assist from Riley Langell will end the period at 5-0 for the Perth Sharks after the 4-0 Valancourt goal. Thanks for joining us here for the second period. West Australian Premier League ice hockey action. The Perth Sharks leading the Northern Vikings 5-0. We'll see you after the break.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.
Welcome back. It's the third period. The Perth Sharks leading the Vikings, I believe 5-0, but the score says 4-0.
I think it's 5-2, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that that will be updated shortly as we get back underway. Luke Worthington alongside Chris Christopoulos for the call as the Vikings push it in over the blue line. Almost bumped into the corner was Hamilton. Managed to really muscle the Sharks player off the puck. They dumped it out of there and a huge collision there. And it looks like there's almost about to be a tussle here. I'm not even entirely sure what happened. The refs get broken up. So let's see it on the replay here. So there's the collision there between the two skaters, and that was what kicked it off. So
not so much a collision as a cross check from the back of the, back of the head, but
okay.
And they swapped a few muffins out there, and
there they go, entering the Champion Autoglass penalty box. So it will be the Vikings player that's gone for, I think, cross checking, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like it's going to be coincidental.
I don't think he liked. He got double teamed in the zone just prior to that, and I don't think he liked it. So again, it's a retaliatory penalty.
And that's what the referees seem to really like calling in this league.
Yeah, they're good at that. They always see the second thing, they never see the first thing.
So I did see that collision there, and I just thought that when I said I didn't see it, I thought that something a little more might have happened. I guess it did, that it was the cross.
Well, I had two of them ran at him, and he obviously took offence to it and felt a little bit aggrieved. And although smacking a guy on the back of the head with your stick's probably not the way to do it, but at least if you're going to smack him in the head, smack him in the head in the front of the face so he can see it. Fair's fair, right?
So, no, Lodge we'll just be chatting with the refs. He skated right past the box.
He's actually very lucky he's not getting ejected out of the game.
Why?
Cross-check to the back of the head.
Oh, so it was him that...
Yep. That's what I saw on just watching the replay with our producer, Matt.
Right.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, he is.
So he can count himself very lucky.
So it was the lodge cross-check that the refs missed, and then the retaliatory penalty by the Vikings player. Sees him in the champion auto glass penalty box. I'm still certain that it's 5-0. But I think
They got a power play. They got a power play goal, and then they got those. As I mentioned at the end of the period, they had three mistakes on the blue line, cost them goals.
I think
That's
that
4.
there was an Oscar Zoo goal that was 3-0, a Valancourt that was 4-0, and a Landrill goal that was 5. But I must be entirely mistaken.
We're not the ones with the score sheet, mate. So
We're not. As we get back underway, Williams down low, trying to control it, pushing it from back behind the net as the punt gets pushed all the way up, and there we go. It's 5-0.
you were right. And he's got a double minor by the looks of it. Got a 2 and a 2.
Okay.
So they'll have a power play for 4 minutes. Unless they score in the first 2.
Looks like we're having scoreboard trouble here as the clock's frozen. So's the power play counter, but it's going to be a 4-minuter, like you said. As it goes sizzling down the ice, the Vikings clear it out of trouble. So the Sharks may be the beneficiaries of about a 30-second longer, about a 4-minute and 20-second power play there, because there was 30 seconds where the clock was stopped. That hasn't been reset, but here we go. They're coming the other way through Riley. Riley working it in. Riley Landrill in front. Oh, and a save! Or he might have just missed it, but now another save by Wilson, sprawled out as it gets pushed down the other end. Now skating onto the puck, the Vikings, but they just didn't have the foot speed there. It was Pfeiffer skating onto it.
2 open net misses there.
Wow. As Williams tried to push it around, Hamilton got his stick to it over the glass, out of play.
Vikings are a bit lucky there. Well, a lot lucky.
And stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. The headline act tonight, Flyers Blue and Flyers Orange, will be probably about 20-25 minutes after this.
And will be a good game.
On whatever stream you're watching this on. Thanks to Front Row Screens, Champion Auto Glass, CD Dodd, for looking after us tonight.
Basically a Thunder inter-squad game.
Yes.
Oh, he's going to go for there.
So it's going to be 5-on-3 once the Vikings touch this one up.
Going to go for holding, hooking, tripping, take your pick. He's looking for another one.
Lodge holding on to it. Cross ice. Top of the blue line, it's Lelik. Lelik tries to push it in. It was blocked in front. Another shot fired. It goes over the glass, out of play. So it's going to be 5-on-3 for at least the next... wow, for pretty much the whole time.
Called him for holding.
So called for holding as he goes into the Champion Auto Glass penalty box.
It's a problem in the back position, and you're trying to reach around. You're always going to get calls like that. You've got to get in front.
Back underway. 5-on-3 power play for the Sharks. They're going to see that for the next 2 minutes. Then they'll have 34 seconds of 5-on-4, providing they don't score at any point, which, based on the way they've been playing, it's highly likely they might. Zoo down low. Across to Langell. Ryan, that is. Valancourt, top of the blue line, fires in a slapper.
Good
and
save.
That might have gone off Wilson's mask.
Yeah, no, it came off his glove. He's tried the glove and it's come off the wrist piece, I think. But
well,
it was a hell of a good save.
Got the puck over the netting and out of play. That's about all you can ask for from your goalie. Really good play there. I mean, it was as useful as gloving it down. Top of the blue line now, they shoot! And a safe flash of leather by Wilson. I mean, really, despite the 5-0 scoreline, what a night for Wilson. I think his Vikings...
No, he's done it. He's done all right. You know, he's been hung out to dry for most of those goals.
He has.
The only one he really... Well, he was screened on that power play goal, but other than that...
The Valancourt goal. The first goal... It was also a 1-0, so really, yeah. As a slap is fired in top of the blue line, another save by Wilson. He's been really solid with his glove.
Yeah, which is surprising because when he used to come into Thunder training, we'd quite often have shootout drills at the end of the night or whatever and muck around. And of course, the coaches would jump in, and I always used to put it over the top of his gloves. So, and I used to tell him that's where it's going too.
Now the Sharks controlling it. Sucha. He pushed it across for Riley Langell. Langell working it in front. Riley Langell, the puck goes wide. Langell again in front. Onto Sucha. He shoots and another save by Wilson. Imagine, actually, I won't say that.
Another good sequence from Wilson then.
I'm not going to say what I was just thinking of for superstition purposes. What I was going to say was, I mean, imagine being in Pelliccioni's position and the opposing goalie's made about 15 more saves than you have.
I think he's made more than 15 more.
Yeah, probably 20 more. And you're in the current position that you're in. With,
I think Pelliccioni is fine, mate.
and that was a really hard slash on the wrist there.
Yeah, that could have been a penalty easily.
The shot gets fired a save. I'm shocked it wasn't. Big slash. Was it called late? And now there's a bit of a tussle up in the corner. These two players are going to go.
Now, there's a third player jumping from the Sharks. If he doesn't get thrown out...
It was Mercerella.
Not the first two fighting. There's a third guy...
I know, it was Mercerella.
Yep, if he isn't tossed... well as... Is that Miles?
That was Miles, who's visited the champion.
Yeah, Miles dropped his gloves up probably under international rules. He'll probably get turfed.
I think that maybe that's the reason he was so quick to get to the champion autoglass penalty box, so that they forget.
Yeah. But there's certainly a third man in from the Sharks, and if he doesn't get tossed...
It was Mercerella.
Yep.
Who was the third man in.
And I would bet my bottom dollar that Rick Cooper that's what he's arguing now with referee Atkins.
It was a bit of a weird move to do that. I think his teammate was getting kind of pummeled by...
Yeah, I know, but that's, that's the rules.
So a bit of a conference in the Vikings end of the champion autoglass penalty box. Have you noticed also that the temperature's dropped about 5 degrees?
We were just talking about that.
It's, for those at home, weird phenomenon that happens at about 8:35 at Perth Ice Arena is that you come in and it's, relatively warm for an ice rink, and then all of a sudden, at some point in the third period, the temperature drops about 10 degrees and we're getting the heated jackets out, adding additional layers. So,
as predicted, they've tossed Miles.
So they've tossed Miles. They're going to toss the guy that he was going with.
Well, they may not toss him, but they certainly need to toss the third guy who came in. If they don't toss him, I'll
eat my hat, as they say.
Well, I will be not happy.
So Lakowiak is entering the box. That was the second party in the fight.
Yep, that's fine. I've got no problem with that. But that second Shark player who jumped Miles, he needs to be tossed. And it's in the rules. It's not even a... It's been in the rules for 40 years.
I've never seen a third player come in like that.
I have, and...
you're playing in games every single week of your life.
Yeah.
But, I personally, watching this sport and commentating...
So far, referee Atkins has done everything right that I can see. So I'm just waiting for this...
So it would have been roughing for Lakowiak.
Yeah, that's fine. And they put someone into the box to serve, I'm guessing, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For Miles.
So Miles tossed. Someone else in the champion autoglass penalty box for the Vikings. He's not listed on the score sheet.
That's all right. They'll sort it out down there.
And it's Mercerella. Still hasn't been spoken to. Lodge, Hamilton chatting with the refs.
I'm going to say, if he doesn't get... That's poor refereeing. He's not tossing him. That's poor refereeing. I know Scott Atkins personally, he's a very nice guy, but that is poor refereeing. That guy should have been tossed before Miles even.
Yeah.
Just
Wow, yeah, shocking. I am, yeah. Yeah, a bit unfortunate there for the Vikings, but back underway and a shot fired right away. Saved by Wilson, moving on in an instant at Perth Ice Arena. Lelick through the middle for Valancourt. Valancourt skating in to Williams. Back down low to Valancourt. Cross ice almost caught Lelick, but the play was broken up. So the All Thunder practice squad line out on the ice for the Sharks. Valancourt, Williams, Lodge. Now skating it in, still is Lodge. Working it in front and a sweeping save. And now Hamilton and Lodge tied up.
Yeah, Lodge, Hamilton's not the person you want to go with, mate.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, the first game of the season, but...
Hamilton's probably one person in the league you don't want to go with.
The first game of the season, he got in a tussle with a player from the Chiefs, Quinn Drake.
Broke his nose, I thought.
He just, I mean, I had the perfect view of these two punches that he landed on him. And, yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to be on the receiving end of that.
Yep.
Hamilton and Lodge again in the circle. Both jumped very early.
Yeah, Hamilton's not the biggest guy in the league, but he throws pretty hard muffins.
I mean, he's one of the bigger guys in this league.
Solid, he's solid.
He's solid.
Not height-wise, but build-wise, yeah, he's pretty solid. Here we go. What's this?
Lodge and Hamilton were just both getting very antsy in the circle.
It's called him for delay a game is what I'm guessing.
Wow.
On the face-off. I mean...
They were both doing the same thing.
Yeah, again... Like I know Scott Atkins personally, and he's a nice enough guy, but that is the situation of the game. That is not the call to be making.
Yeah, tough. Really tough as Hamilton enters the Champion Autoglass penalty box for a delay of game call.
That's about all I can guess it is, Luke, because I didn't see much else going on.
And so now we continue. As the puck goes wide, a shot fired on the one-timer. What a save by Wilson. Sucher was the one that fired it in. Wilson, if you were to cut and edit a highlight reel.
He's made some good saves, hasn't he?
It'd be really solid. Pelliccioni gets a rare touch of the puck as he pushes it out for Sucher. Now Yannick Lodge skating in down low. Still holding on to it, Lodge. Now top of the blue line, the Sharks, they shoot a save by Wilson on the pad. Sprawled out really well.
Here's a penalty there.
So that's going to be...
From Lodge. Referee didn't call.
His arm? No. Lodge getting away with another...
Cross-check the guy to the head.
Yeah.
Gets away with it.
Right in the neck pretty much. As Williams pushes it out of there for Sucher. Sucher trying to hold on to the puck, but he's broken up by two Vikings players. And are we back at even strength?
It looks it.
No, so the Vikings are on the power play, despite two players being in the box and the Sharks controlling the majority of the puck. Wow, that caught me off guard as a shot gets fired and a save by Wilson.
Another good save from Wilson.
What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
So the box now has been totally cleared out. So there were two Vikings players in the box, one Sharks player in the box, and the Vikings seem to be on the power play.
The only thing I can think of, Luke, is that Hamilton's got a misconduct. Because otherwise, if you only got 2 minutes to delay a game, he should be up there on the clock.
Right, so maybe he said something to the referee.
Maybe, although hang on, they're back at full strength. 1, 2. Counting out loud now. No, Vikings are on a power play.
Vikings
you're right.
Still on the power play for the next minute and 40 seconds. Puck controlled, top of the blue line. Now the Vikings try and dump it out of there, over the bench, out of play. And
he could very easily give that as a delay game.
Yeah, that was delay of game.
That was delay game, I agree. That was deliberate.
A streak to look out for tonight in the Flyers Orange, Flyers Blue game. Dave Ruck, will he get a hat trick of misconducts?
He's called it. He's called delay game.
Okay, so that's delay a game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be...
That's about the most deliberate delay game we've seen in a long time.
That's Lelick entering the box. So a hat trick possibly coming up tonight. Dave Ruck, will he get a third misconduct in a row for abusive official?
Has he gotten 2 in a row?
Yeah.
I'll have to remind him of that during the break. I might inquire about that.
We need to see him do it again.
Oh, what I
That's
wanted to talk to you about last week is I saw that Dave Ruck and Ben Bro refereeing the second game. What was going on there? I found that very amusing.
They didn't have a referee, and I was walking downstairs to the bathroom, and I saw Ben in the referee jersey, and I couldn't believe it. And I said, "What are you doing? Are you refereeing the game?" And he said, "No, I'm wearing this for Halloween." Like it was the most stupid question I possibly could have asked.
Yeah, well, it's a valid question. I mean, I don't know that either one of those two are actually qualified to referee. Just quietly,
they didn't do too bad.
No, of course not, because they know what they're doing. They know the game. Unlike a lot of referees who are refereeing.
They controlled the game really well. I mean, there wasn't even too many problems.
Do you know why? Because they know what they're doing.
Yeah. So 2 former Perth Thunder coaches refereeing a Friday night Premier League game.
Which, as I said, which I found very amusing.
It was funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, penalties for this third period have just been wild, to say the least.
And I haven't really seen any, what's the word, continuity. Seems all over the place to me.
I think the most continuity we've seen is that puck over the glass call being called for a delay of game. I mean, that was...
the most obvious one,
That was correct.
Oh, and Miles getting turfed. Yeah, that was fair enough.
But then Miles getting tossed was kind of offset by
the lack of third man getting tossed as well.
Oh, and a slapper fired, top of the point, bounced off a player. Jackson trying to control it down low, pushing it around for Langle. Sorry, Lelick.
Oh, that was an unlucky bounce there.
Yeah, it did just bounce really awkwardly. Sorry, over Carius' stick. And now controlling it, Hamilton shoots.
Hamilton's back, so he must have only been 2 minutes. I don't know what's going on with the clock.
Really tough to tell from up here sometimes what the referees are doing down on the ice as play continues.
I'll give you a tip, mate. Sometimes it's hard to tell what they're doing from down there too.
Mercerella controlling it, but the Sharks jumped offside. .8:43 left in this one. 5-0 is the scoreline. The Sharks leading. Pelliccioni, 2 saves. A credit to the Sharks' defence.
Just for the record, just if people think I'm being a little bit critical of the refs, during the 80s and 90s, I did hold a level 2 referee's ticket and a level 3 linesman's ticket, so international ticket. So there you go.
Wow,
I do know a little bit about it.
No need to brag. Continuing play. No, that's interesting to know.
Yeah. Rules have changed a bit.
As play continues, and was that an attempt at a hip
check? Yeah.
By Pfeiffer?
I did the trick. Put him down, stopped him. It was ugly, but it worked.
One of the more unorthodox hip checks you'll ever see. The puck goes sailing down the other end for icing. An interesting game tonight, to say the least, as the temperature
interesting
continues
period.
to drop.
The temperature's dropping up here, but the temperature's rising down on the ice, mate.
Good. That's why we get you here.
For my puns. My dad jokes.
Yes. We continue. The Vikings tried to fire it out, but it was hit off Hamilton. And now again coming through the middle, it's Rick Cooper. Oh, and the puck goes over the boards, out of play. That hit a Sharks staff member in the arm.
They all hurt. Trust me.
I mean, it pretty much couldn't have got him in a better spot, right on the bicep, if
Yep.
you're going to get hit.
Yep. That's one to get in, better than getting in the teeth, mate.
I was involved in what was almost a major incident at Thunder practice about 5 years ago. I was standing on the bench with another,
Statsman?
with another media member.
Oh, okay.
And here's Mercerella in front. Tries to push it in there. Blocked by a Viking skate. Mercerella again. And the Vikings will control it and bring it out the other way. I was involved in an incident on that bench right there where the Sharks are standing and a stray puck came flying into the Thunder bench. And there was a media member who leant over to tie her shoelaces or something like that. And as she leant over, a stray puck came steaming right into where her head would have been and banged off the back of the glass.
Yep.
So
You got it. Was that a training?
that was a training.
Yeah, you got to keep watching the puck. It's even
like
more dangerous standing out there, mate. Trust me. I've been whacked by so many pucks.
Now play continues. What a play through the middle there by the Sharks, and they almost got it in front there. It was Lashenko who made a really neat move. Behind the net, Del Caro. Holman. Turned over now. And the Sharks in front. Couldn't quite control it. It was Langell. Ryan, that is. As a Vikings player gets bumped hard off the puck, and a good play there by Lashenko. Lashenko, good shift. Now controlling it through the middle, Sucha. He tried to control it over the blue line, but it was stopped up. Riley Langell to Valancourt. Valancourt pushes it off the side wall. Controlled by Hamilton. Now Lodge battling down low with Hamilton. Probably the premier contest of the night between those two. And as it gets pushed along for the Vikings, Wright controlling it. Pushed it cross ice. Kiuchi down low. Now Valancourt tries to push it past Wright, but it's controlled by him. Lodge pushes it off to Riley Langell. Langell skating it in. Here he comes. He pushes it in front. They shoot and score! Patrick Sucha on the one-timer, and the Sharks lead it 6-0.
Dwayne Pfeiffer was backing up too far. I was just thinking that as he was coming down, I was thinking he should have just played the cross pass a little bit more instead of and left the shooter for the goaltender. But I know it's easy up here to say that, but that's just what it looked like.
Well, the play looked good by the Sharks.
Yep. No, they set that up well. They've got so much time. The Vikings just given them way too much time. Whereas the Sharks, the moment that any of the Vikings get it, they're on them and putting pressure on them.
Play continues. Here come the Sharks the other way. They center it in front. There was no one there. Continuing again. They try to push it in front. They couldn't do it. Rayner broke up the play. And it's pushed out of there, and almost skating onto the puck there was Carius. Carius is battling hard down low with Jackson. Skating into the corner is Lodge. He's battling with Spencer. Jackson again pushes it out of the corner. The Sharks could be a chance. Riley Langell skating down the right wing. Here comes Langell. He shoots, blocked by a skate. And now behind the net again, in front, and a save!
Save of the night
by
right there.
Wilson. Play continues in the corner.
Oh, as that came across, I was thinking that was in.
Same.
Yep, that was a great save from Wilson.
Puck still being controlled down low. Push cross ice. And trying to get it through the middle with the Sharks. Skating onto the puck now is Rayner, and a big collision, or a minor-ish collision down low. Jackson lost his footing, so did Lelick. 4:14 left, 6-0 is the score, and someone's going to be going to the box.
He's got Pfeiffer for something behind the play. I think he dropped the guy behind the play. I didn't see what exactly or how he did it. I don't know if it just could have been a collision or if it was a bit more intent than that. But
So there he is visiting the Champion Auto Glass penalty box. Been busy, the Champion Auto Glass penalty box tonight.
I hope they put some water bottles in there for him.
It'll be nice and warm in there.
Yeah, the bench certainly won't be cold.
Now shot fired in from the side, saved by Wilson again. I'm judging about 25-30 saves for Wilson tonight, despite it being 5-0.
Yeah, it'd be close to that.
Push cross ice, a one-timer and another save by Wilson. That was a rocket in from the top of the blue line by Ben Lelick on the one-timer.
I don't know if Wilson's putting a bit of mayo on some of these saves, but trying to think of the word, they're very flashy.
I mean, maybe he knows he's on stream and he's just going to cut this up.
He might.
How about, and a shot fired in and another easy save there for Wilson.
Yeah, look, despite the scoreline, he's actually been pretty solid tonight, to be fair to him.
He's been fun to watch.
Yep.
As well. But yeah, all for the highlight reel. Puck gets pushed into the corner and something just happened in the commentary blind spot there that we couldn't see. Play continues through the middle.
I suspect it has something to do with Sean Hamilton, that loud bang. And a Shark player being on into that bang is my suspicion.
Pushed through the middle, controlled by Robson. Kiuchi pushed it in past Robson, but Lashenko was there. Lashenko backhands it around for Mercerella. Pushing it into the zone, the Sharks. And the puck gets pushed off a skate into the left-hand side. Cross ice, the Sharks break up the play. Lashenko through the middle to Williams. He's in all alone, Ben Williams, and a shot that goes over the netting. And out of play, might have clipped off Wilson again.
I thought Wilson got a piece of that, but the referee's indicating it to go outside, so maybe not. I think Ben Williams has been listening to me saying go high over the glove, but not that high.
2:55 left in this one before the headliner. Flyers blue, Flyers orange. Coming up at about 9:15, 11:15 if you're on the East Coast. And 10:45 if you're in South Australia.
You're going to have to get me a cup of hot cocoa or something, Luke. The old timer will be getting tired.
Shot fired in by Lashenko. Went wide. Cross ice pass. Williams shoots it in. And in front again! And what a save!
Tell you what, he has been really good tonight.
What a save by Wilson.
Actually, I'm going to make it a point to get in and tell him how well he's played tonight, because
outstanding.
He has been hung out to dry by his team.
Wow.
Definitely the only one getting stars this game from the Vikings.
Puck controlled top of the blue line by the Sharks. Lely shoots it in and another save by Wilson. He's just been incredible.
Yep.
What a shame.
To be fair to the Sharks, the goals they have got have all been pretty well constructed.
Yeah,
they've set them up well. So you got to give some credit to those boys. They've done a good job.
Now Lelick, top of the blue line. He pushed across ice. No one was there. Jackson manages to get in to collect it. Working it down low still is Jackson. Puck's almost turned over, but they still control the Sharks. Now coming the other way, the Vikings. Almost, but it's turned over now. In front's Lodge, centering. They shoot and score.
3-on-1. Again, Wilson been hung out to dry from his defence.
that time it was, I believe it was Riley Langell.
Yep. He's probably going to feel like he should have had that one, but I mean, you know.
That's a double.
It's 3-on-1, what do you do?
I mean, still, Wilson. Cut up this on iMovie. And,
yep.
you know, forget the 7 allowed.
Yeah, just leave the goals out.
Leaving about the 30 10-bell saves that he's made tonight. Collision there at the blue line. 1 minute 30 left in this one. Puck pushed across. Chapman skating onto it. Down low, Cooper. Push to the top of the blue line, controlled by the Sharks. They push it in down low, skating onto it now, the Vikings. They tried to push it in front, but Wilson sticked it out of there. Hamilton skating in. Hamilton in front to Pelliccioni, he scores!
And that's what he's capable of.
Oh, the shutout broken.
That was just strength, experience.
The shutout broken with 1 minute and 11 seconds left.
But too little, too late.
I mean, I was hoping for possibly the first ever 2-save shutout in...
Well, that's probably your fault. You were bringing the subject up earlier.
Oh, what I say directly impacts the game, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
So...
You've got to remember, with great power comes great responsibility, mate.
Play continues. And it gets pushed down low into the corner. Skating onto it. It's Lashenko. Lashenko still controlling it. And he almost pushed it around and in front, but couldn't quite do it. And now the Vikings coming back the other way. 45 seconds left in this one, and an open ice hit by Lakowiak.
Yeah, it could have been a bit of a penalty there. Interference. Back to Hamilton's goal. It was a good goal, though.
It was. That was an awesome goal.
Needed that in the first period.
30 seconds left. Sharks controlling it. Top of the blue line. They shoot it in. Gets squirted back out to the neutral zone. So the story of the night has been the Sharks' pressure. The Vikings only getting about 3 shots in this 6-1 game. And, of course, Levon Wilson, the story of the night with about 25 or 30 saves. But now Williams coming back the other way. He shoots and another save by Wilson to end the game. Levon Wilson, the first star of tonight's game. What a performance by the Vikings goalie. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned on whatever streaming platform you're watching this one on for the headliner, Flyers Blue and Flyers Orange. But in this game, it's the Sharks beating the Vikings 7-1. Thanks for joining us.
You're invited to Perth Ice Arena, Perth's premier ice skating rink. If you're into ice hockey, figure skating, a novice, or just enjoy the fun of ice skating, this is the place for you. Call or visit the website for session times. It's a great place to keep cool.
If you need it live streamed, you need Front Row Screens. Visit frontrowscreens.com.au.